Hi, this is a walkthrough of our recent work on individual differences in ambiguity resolution in speech. A semantically ambiguous word is a word that has more than one possible meaning. For example, ball can either refer to the round spherical object used in sports such as football, but can also refer to a formal dancing party. Successfully interpreting such an ambiguous word might draw onto two accounts. Firstly, language-specific abilities for the word meaning access, and secondly, domain general abilities for the word meaning selection. Previous research showed a positive correlation between semantic ambiguity resolution success and vocabulary, but not nonverbal IQ. This study, however, had a few limitations, especially regarding its sample. Hence, we looked at whether individual differences in ambiguity resolution success are predicted by language-specific or domain general abilities in improved settings. We ran a behavioral online study with 67 native British English participants aged between 19 to 59 years. They performed several tasks designed to measure three main abilities. A meaning definition task was used to measure participants' ambiguity resolution abilities. In each trial, a spoken sentence, such as Sally worried that the ball was going to be too crowded, was presented to the participant. Each sentence followed the same structure, meaning that it contained an ambiguous word in the middle, which was in most cases resolved to its subordinate meaning in the end. Subordinate refers to a meaning that is less frequently associated with the word, for example, dancing party for ball. After each sentence, participants heard the ambiguous word in isolation and were asked to provide a definition or synonym. The mean proportion of correctly defined words was 84%. Language-specific abilities were assessed with the Miller vocabulary test. It requires participants to select a word that most closely matches the meaning of a target word. In the additional spot the word test, participants had to identify the real word in a word-non-word pair. To measure domain general abilities, participants did the Cattell 2A culture fair test. It consists of 4 different puzzle completion tasks. To test whether our additional measures really just assess 2 types of abilities, we ran a principal component analysis. This revealed 2 components underlying the spot the word, the Miller vocabulary, and the 4 Cattell tests. Both tests expected to measure language-specific abilities load onto one component, whereas the 4 tests expected to measure domain general abilities load onto another component. We are using these component scores as our measures of language-specific and domain general abilities in the further analysis. Correlations with age show that with its increase, language-specific abilities increase as well, but domain general abilities decrease. A multiple linear regression revealed that scores on the domain general component, as well as scores on the language-specific component, significantly predict the meaning definitions task accuracy. However, neither the main effect of age nor its interactions with either component were significant predictors. This leads to our conclusion that the comprehension of sentences with ambiguous words is predicted by language-specific as well as domain general abilities.